Hello children, so welcome to AIMS India's live class session. Today from physics subject, this fun with magnets or magnetism topic we are going to continue. So already we have learned some concepts in our previous classes. So let's learn about magnetic field in this video. Magnetic field. So here, so magnetic field means the surrounding area around a magnet or the surrounding area of a magnet in which the magnetic strength will work. Means the magnetic attraction force or repulsion force will work. That surrounding area, up to what extent it is working, that area is known as magnetic field. So we know about electric charge. The electric charge also will create an electric field. Electric charge will create electric field. In the same way, magnet also will create a magnetic field around it. Okay. So here, the space surrounding a magnet in which magnetic force is exerted means works or spread, in which magnetic force is spread, that space is called magnetic field. That space is called magnetic field. So a compass needle, yesterday we have seen in the animation, a compass needle placed near a magnet, so it gets deflected. Why? Due to magnetic force of the magnet. Or if you take a bar magnet and keep some iron filings near to it, that iron filings cling to the magnet or get attracted towards the magnet or get attached to the magnet. Cling to the magnet means getting fixed due to the magnetic force, because it is due to the magnetic field. In this surrounding area, the magnetic force is working. So that's why whatever magnetic materials, not all materials, if you place any wooden object here, there will be no effect on the wooden object. But if there is magnetic material like iron filings, they will get cling to the magnet. Okay. Next. So the magnetic field pattern formed because of a bar magnet is shown in this diagram. It is shown in this diagram. So these lines also will be moving inside the magnet. The magnetic field is shown by some lines which are called magnetic lines of force. So these lines start from North Pole, ends at South Pole, outside the magnet. So they travel from North Pole to South Pole, outside the magnet. Like this. They will be starting from North Pole. They will be reaching South Pole. But inside the magnet, how they will move? Inside the magnet, they will move from South Pole to North Pole. So the magnetic field around a magnet, that is shown by lines. Which are called magnetic lines of force. How do that lines behave? Outside the magnet, they travel from north to south. Inside the magnet, they travel from south to north. So this is about magnetic field. So a magnetic field is described by drawing magnetic lines. What children? Drawing magnetic lines. These magnetic lines they will have magnitude, means value. They will have some value. They will have some value. Along with that, they will also have a direction, because we are telling north to south, south to north. Like that, we are telling direction. So these magnetic field or these magnetic lines, they will have both magnitude and direction. Okay, children. So next. So let's try to form a magnetic field with some items. We can do it. We can do it on a cardboard box, cardboard paper. So we can observe how the magnetic field is formed around a magnet with the help of thick cord and a strong bar magnet and some iron filings. So first, let's take a thick cord sheet, stiff cord sheet, and place a strong bar magnet in the middle of the cord sheet. Now sprinkle. Sprinkle means throwing lightly. Sprinkle thin layer of iron filings over the cord with the help of sprinkler, so that they will get arranged in all directions in little amounts, in small amounts. So first we have to take a cardboard sheet, stiff cord sheet or thick cord sheet. On that we have to place a bar magnet. Then with the help of sprinkler, we have to sprinkle some iron fillings on the cardboard in all directions, at all places. At all places we have to sprinkle the iron filings. So then we have to tap the cord gently from one corner, either this corner or this corner. From any one corner, we have to tap it. We have to struck it gently, means smoothly. What do we observe, children? So some of the iron filings get cling to the poles of the magnet, but remaining iron filings which are somewhat away from the poles, what they do, they will arrange themselves in a particular order. The iron filings arrange themselves in a regular pattern. So here, regular pattern means, if you observe, they will be like this. They will arrange themselves like magnetic lines. They will arrange themselves like magnetic lines. So this small experiment will give the rough picture of the pattern of magnetic field produced by a bar magnet. So we can create a magnetic field. With the help of a cord sheet and a bar magnet and some iron filings. Okay, children. Next. So the bar magnet means rectangular magnet, exerts magnetic field all around it. Just now we have seen. The iron filings experience the force of magnetic field of the bar magnet. That force, so the magnetic field, it will have some force. So that force makes the iron filings to arrange themselves in a particular pattern. So here, why the iron filings are arranged themselves in a particular pattern? Because of the magnetic field created by the bar magnet. Next. So the iron filings behaves as a tiny magnets because they are under the influence of a bar magnet. So they behave like a tiny magnets. Here tiny means very, 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 very small. Tiny magnets and align themselves along the direction of magnetic field lines. So here they are arranged themselves in the form of field lines, in the form of field lines, okay, in the form of field lines. So the iron filings, they will show the shape of the magnetic field produced by bar magnet by aligning themselves, okay. So next, so the properties of magnetic field lines. So just now we have seen, so magnetic field means it is represented by magnetic lines, but how do they behave? What are the properties of that magnetic field lines? So the magnetic field lines, just now we have told, they originate or they start from North Pole and end at South Pole, where inside the magnet, inside the magnet. So they originate means starts from beginning point. They originate from North Pole and ends at South Pole. So they are closer to one another near the poles of magnet. So they are widely separated at distant places. When they are nearer to the magnet, they will be close. They will be close to each other. But when they are away from the magnet, they will be widely separated. They will be widely separated like this. Widely separated. Next. So when they are closer, what we can tell? There will be stronger magnetic field. There will be stronger magnetic field. Means this place stronger magnetic field. Why? Means the magnetic lines are closely arranged. So widely separated means weak magnetic field. So this part weak magnetic field. Why? Means magnetic lines are widely separated. Okay. Say they do not intersect each other, cross each other. We can draw number of magnetic lines. So any number of lines, a magnet can have any number of magnetic lines, but they never cross with each other. They never cut like this. This is one magnetic line, this is other magnetic line. They are intersecting here. Like this, like that, it does not happen. They do not intersect. They do not cross each other. So that's why if they cross each other, what happens? If they cross each other, the force will get cancelled and force will become zero. Force will become zero. But here the resultant force here it is never zero. It will be in one direction. It acts in one direction always. The resultant force at any point on a magnetic field line is not zero. Why? Means the magnetic lines are not crossing each other. Not crossing each other. Okay, children? Let me tell the properties of magnetic lines once again. What are the main properties? What are the main properties, children? The magnetic lines of force originate from North Pole, ends at South Pole, outside the magnet. They are closer at poles of magnet. They are widely separated at other places, means distant places. Means when the lines are closer, stronger magnetic field will be there. When the lines are widely separated, weak magnetic field will be there. So the magnetic field lines, they do not intersect. They never cross each other. So that's why at any point, resultant force is not zero. Resultant force will point out towards any one direction or north direction. Next, magnetic field of Earth. So yesterday only we have seen, what we have seen yesterday, a freely suspended magnet always points in north-south direction in the absence of any other magnet. Though there is no other magnet, still the magnet we have taken, which is suspended from a thread, though there is no other magnet, it align itself in north-south direction. Why means it is under the influence of earth. It is under the influence of earth, which behaves as a magnet. Which behaves as a magnet. This earth is making the magnet to align in a particular direction. To align in a particular direction. Okay. The Earth's magnetic field. The Earth also will have magnetic field. These are the magnetic field lines. These are the magnetic field lines of the Earth. They resemble, means they are like the magnetic lines of force shown by a bar magnet. Shown by a bar magnet. Okay. Shown by a bar magnet. Next. But here, yesterday only we have told, but here what we have told, the south pole. The south pole of earth magnet is in geographical north. Is in geographical north. Geographical north. Because it attracts north pole of the suspended magnet. If it is a earth, if it is a magnet, if it is imagined to be a magnet, these are the directions of the earth: north, south, east, west. North, south, east, west. These are the geographical directions of the earth. These are the geographical directions of the earth. Means towards upwards we are having geographical north. Geographical north is there. It means that there the south pole of earth magnet will have south pole there. Earth magnet will have south pole there. Earth magnet downside it is pointing south direction. So downside earth north pole will be there. So earth will have two kinds of poles. One is geographical poles, another one is magnetic poles. Earth geographical poles, earth magnetic poles. These two behaves in different manner. So here if upwards geographical north is there, at that place magnetical south will be there. If we keep the compass, the compass will show north direction. Why means north and south, they are opposite poles. They are attracted by each other. They are attracted by each other. They are attracted by each other. Okay, children? Please let me clarify once again. According to geographical conditions, without magnet, earth will have some directions: north, south, west, east. They are called geographical poles. Geographical north pole, geographical south pole. So geographical north pole is pointing upwards. Means there, according to earth, magnetic south pole will be there. Whose magnet? Earth's magnet. Earth magnetic south pole. But at the same place, the compass north pole also will be showing the same direction. Why means these two are magnets. These two are unlike poles, north pole, south pole. So that's why they attract with each other. So here downwards means earth, south place. Earth showing south direction. There earth's magnetic north pole will be there. Earth's magnetic north pole will be there. So compass will have south direction towards that direction. Why means both are opposite poles. They will attract with each other. They will attract with each other. Okay, children? So earth will have two types of ends. Earth will have two types of ends. Geographical north, geographical south. If it is assumed like a magnet, magnetic south, magnetic north, both are reverse. Both are in reverse order. Okay. Next. But here, the axis of Earth's magnet and geographical axis do not coincide with each other. Do not coincide with each other. The Earth's magnetic field, that axis, it is inclined at an angle of 15 degrees with the geographical axis. Means, suppose this is Earth, this is North Pole, this is South Pole, this is geographical axis. This is geographical axis. Geographical axis of the Earth. What we are telling? Earth will have magnetic poles. Magnetic South Pole, magnetic North Pole. The line joining the South Pole and North Pole is called magnetic axis. This is geographic axis. This is magnetic axis. These two lines, geographic axis, magnetic axis, they do not lie along the same line. The magnetic axis will be making an angle of 15 degrees. 15 degrees with the geographical axis. 15 degrees with the geographical axis. Okay. So, the two lines do not coincide. Which two lines? Earth's geographical axis means combining geographical north, geographical south, that line. Earth magnetic axis means combining Earth South Pole, Earth North Pole. They do not coincide with each other. There will be a small angle difference between them. How much? 15 degrees angle difference between them. Okay. So, the magnetic poles do not show the exact geographical poles. Why? Because they do not coincide. They do not coincide. Next. So, let's try to match the columns, children. Column A. We have magnets attracts iron filings. Magnet has both north and south pole. Magnet aligns in north-south direction. Like poles, unlike poles. We have 5 questions in column A. In column B also 5 options are there. A, B, C, D, E. 5 options are there. Let's try to match them. Magnet attracts iron filings. F-I-L-L. Iron filings. Which property? It comes under attractive property. It comes under attractive property. Okay. First answer E. First answer E. Next. A magnet has both north and south poles. Why? They always exist in pairs. They always exist in pairs. For the second one, D is the correct option. D is the correct option. Magnet aligns in north-south direction. Why? Because it is directive property. It is directive property. So, A option, third answer. Like poles repel each other. This is fourth one. Unlike poles attract each other. This is fifth one. Okay, children. Next. So, making of magnets. So, we can make magnets in many ways. Actually, accidentally we have found the magnets in Magnesia, Greek country. We have founded them accidentally, but after observing their chemical structure, now we have learnt how to make a magnet, and we have discovered so many ways for making the magnets, like induction method, stroking method, electrical method, like that. So many types are there. So first one, induction method. First one, induction method. So here, induction method means, suppose a magnetic material like iron nail or soft iron bar, if it is in contact with a magnet for some time, means near to it for some time, means a soft iron bar is kept very close to permanent magnet without touching it. After some time, the soft iron bar becomes induced magnet, because the magnetic property will come into the soft iron material, means induced, will come into the that soft iron bar, because this magnet's field will be around its surroundings, because it is in the magnetic field. So that's why the soft iron will become a magnet after some time. So because of that, after removing this magnet for some time, it tries to attract another small iron pieces. In the absence of this magnet, this soft iron bar or iron nail, it tries to attract other iron filings, because it acts like a induced magnet, because in that induced magnetism is created in that, but it is temporary for some time. After some time, this will fall down by themselves. So if we remove this magnet, for some time it acts like a magnet, which is called induced magnetism, or it is called induced magnet. Once the permanent magnet is removed, after some time, this induced magnet also will lose its property. So this is called induced magnetism, means creating magnetism in a magnetic material without touching it. But it's a temporary process. It exists only for some time. So once the permanent magnet is removed, automatically after some time, the induced magnet will lose its power. That is first method of making a magnet. Next, stroking method. So, or we call it as, in stroking method, types are there. Single touch method. So here we have taken a soft iron piece which is to be magnetized. So this is the soft iron piece which is to be magnetized. So we have taken that, we placed it on a table. We are rubbing the soft iron piece with one end of a bar magnet, say north pole here, along the length of the iron piece. Means here we have taken a bar magnet. For the bar magnet, north pole is touching the soft iron. So what we are doing? We are moving this north pole. Like this. We are touching the iron bar with the north pole up to another end. From there, we are lifting it up, and we are again touching in the same manner. We are rubbing in a definite direction, in a regular pattern. If we repeat like this continuously, if we rub like this continuously, what happens? The soft iron bar gets magnetized into a magnet. So this is called single touch method. Means we are touching the soft iron bar with the north pole, with single pole repeatedly in same direction. After some time, it will gain magnetism. This end will become north pole, and other end will become south pole. So this is single touch method. So next, we have double touch method. So here, take a soft iron piece, place it on a table. Now we have to take two bar magnets, and we have to place them at the center. We have to place them at the center part, at the center. So rub the iron piece with them several times without changing the poles, without changing the direction. This magnet, north pole or south pole, because here we are touching with the north pole. Here touching with the north pole. In this direction continuously we are repeatedly rubbing like this. Here we are touching with south pole. Here we are repeatedly we are rubbing like this in this direction. Here as we are touching with the north pole, this will become north, other end will become south. As we are touching with south pole, this will become south, other end will become north. Now after some time, this iron bar gets magnetized. At that time, these two, no need to consider. One end acts like a north pole, one end acts like a south pole. So double touch method means touching the soft iron bar with two magnets at a time, but in different directions, with different poles, with different directions. So then it will get magnetized. This is double touch method. Or electrical method is there. So electrical method, a long coil, insulated copper wire. We have taken a long coil of which type? Insulated copper wire, means protected copper wire. Insulated means they are protected. Protected copper wire is coiled. Coiled means rounded. Is coiled around an iron rod. Like this. Or iron nail. Like this copper wire. We are making rounds. We are turning rounds around the iron nail. Then it is called coiled wire. Like that we have taken. The two ends are connected to a battery. The two ends of coil, they are connected to a battery. So now if it is switch on, this battery, because here there is no need of switch here. So directly when they are connected, the current will get supplied through this coil wire, and it will create effect called magnetic effect. Through the coil wire, current is passing. At that time, magnetic effect will be produced around the coil that will magnetize the iron rod. Because of this, iron rod will become a magnet. But this magnetism remains as long as current is flowing in the coil. So once we remove the connection of these wires, or if we switch off the current, the magnetism will be gone, or magnetism will disappear. So no longer it will behave like a magnet. So until electricity connection is there, until that time it acts like a magnet. So how to prepare in electrical method, how to prepare a magnet? We have to take a long coil made up of insulated copper wire, and we have to wind it, or we have to round it around a iron nail. So then it is considered as a coiled wire. That wire is connected to battery. When the current flows, the coiled wire acts like a magnet. If not, it won't act like a magnet. So next, so we have learnt all the methods of making a magnet. So induction method, stroking method. In stroking method, two types: single touch, double touch, electrical method. So in these three ways, we can make a magnet, either permanent magnet or temporary magnet. So here electromagnets means the magnets just now we have seen, they are made by electric current. Which are made by electric current are called as electromagnets. So already we have learned this process. They are temporary. temporary magnets. So actually here, do you know children, we have maglev trains. We have maglev trains means magnetic leviating. Leviating. Leviating means suppose one magnet is there here, without touching it, suppose another magnet is here. There is nothing between these two magnets, but they are able to move one over another without touching. So that is called leviating. So here magnetic leviating trains which are in Japan, they operate without wheels as they float. Leviating, one more meaning, we can call it as floating. Floating children. Float above the track. Suppose if this is the railway track, without touching the track, the train will move. The train will move without touching the track, but there will be a very, very, very small gap. Means the train will float on the railway track. The magnetic leviating train will float on the track, special track. So why means this track is made up of magnet. This maglev train bottom part also made up of magnet. This maglev train is made up of magnet. This track is made up of magnet. But one acts, this upper part acts like North Pole. This bottom part acts like North Pole. As they are like poles, they repel with each other. They try to escape forward. Like that, they will try to escape forward like that. As long as a South Pole is there, means in the station, in the railway station, their track will be made up of South Pole. Up to that South Pole, without touching the North Pole or without touching the track, the rail will move. Once South Pole is there, it comes and stops near the South Pole at the station. So like these trains we have in Japan, which are called maglev trains, they move very fast, up to 480 km per hour. So they were launched in Japan in 1997. So first maglev train, it was moved, its speed was incredible, around 343 miles per hour. Next. So let's discuss some questions, children. So which of the following gets demagnetized when a powerful magnet is kept near it? Option A, plastic, it is non-magnetic. Compact disc, let's keep it pending. Glass tumbler, non-magnetic. Wood, non-magnetic. What is the answer? Compact disc or CD disc, because in the CD disc we will store the information like a ATM chip, like that. We will store the information. That will happen because of magnets only. So answer is compact disc. Next, second question. Magnetism of a magnet is lost by keeping in a box, wrong. Heating, correct. Hammering, correct. Both B and C, correct. But it's a single correct answer type. So D option is the correct option. So next, which of the following does not get demagnetized when a powerful magnet is kept near it? Which of them does not get demagnetized? Which of them? Compact disc, iron container, cell phone, comb. Compact disc made up of magnets. Iron is a magnetic material. Cell phone consists of magnets. These two are affected by a magnet. These three are demagnetized because of a magnet. Comb, it cannot be demagnetized. Why? Because it is not a magnetic material. Next, question number 4. A device used by pilots and navigators to find the direction. Barometer, thermometer, magnetic compass, none of these. What is the correct answer, children? Magnetic compass, because it will be having magnetic needle. Next, two poles of a magnet are east and west, north and south, north and west, south and east. What is the correct answer? North pole and south pole. These two are two poles of a magnet. Next, question number 6. A natural magnet has only one pole, two poles, can't say unlimited number of poles. Already we have told any magnet will have two poles, north and south, which always exist in pairs. They cannot be separated. So answer is two poles. Two poles is the correct answer. Next, question number 7. A freely suspended magnet always rests in north-south direction, south-north, east-west. Both A and B are correct. Because we can tell north-south direction. North-south direction opposite means what is the south-north also we can call. So both are the correct options. But it is single correct answer. So that's why D is the correct option. Next, question number 8. A pole of freely suspended magnet always points towards north direction. North direction. This is called north seeking end, south seeking end, east seeking end, west seeking end. What is the answer? North seeking end. Means it always tries to find out the north. Tries to find out the north. So hence it is called north seeking end. That pole which points towards north direction, it is called north seeking end. Next, a magnet attracts which of the following? So answer, it will attract iron. Already yesterday we have told nickel. Some of the knives they are made up of nickel. Some of the coins they will be made up of cobalt. So these three are attracted by a magnet. So answer, as it is single correct answer is D option. Next, which of the following are magnetic materials? Same previous question only, but they are asking magnetic materials. So these three, iron attracted by magnet, cobalt, nickel. So these three are magnetic materials. But single correct answer, D is the correct option. Okay, children. So let's learn about other topics in next video. So thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel for latest updates, children. Thank you. Have a good day.